Welcome to Presbyterty Point. My name is Steve Norman, and on behalf of the Camp Committee of Mackinac Presbytery, I'm going to be sharing, using song and words and pictures, the story of why this is a special place for so many people. The camp is located in Upper Michigan on Lake Michigamme, and the reason they call it the Point is because it's actually a peninsula that goes right out into the lake, and it's just a beautiful spot, a unique spot. Well, as you can see, it's springtime here. The snow is still on the ground. It looks quite a bit different than it will this summer. I think the biggest difference is that there aren't any people here. And you know, that's what makes the camp so special. This summer, there's going to be kids running around singing and shouting, having a good time. There's going to be families here for family camp. And that's what makes that, I guess you could say, that's the point of Presbyterty Point, the people. Sometimes I come here in the off season and just take a walk through the camp. And you may not believe this, but I've found that if I get real quiet and real still and listen, I can hear echoes of past camps at Presbyterty Point. You want to try it? Let's get quiet. Let's listen. All right? Do you hear anything? Give yourselves a big hand. Okay. Music and storytelling are a big part of what camp is all about, and it's really where young and old come together. Every year we learn new songs, and there's a tradition of songs that have been passed on from camp to camp. Every year we learn new stories, but there's those same old stories we tell every year. This last year we had the 50th anniversary of camping at Presbyterty Point, and it was great that there was a woman here who camped the first year the camp was open, and her grandson was here for the 50th anniversary, and it was his first year of camping. I wish I would have had time to ask her about some of the stories she heard around the campfire. One that's a favorite of mine is the story about the ice pick man. I think I heard that story 3 years ago, the first time I camped at Presbyterty Point, and I've heard it every year since. Somebody around this circle, late at night, when the fire is burning down low, tells the story of the ice pick man. Right now, when I'm telling you about it, I don't know, I feel kind of creepy just thinking about it. Well, let's go on and see some more things about Presbyterty Point.
I'm eating cake and ice cream, celebrating the 50th anniversary of Presbyterty Point. This is their anniversary cake. My maiden name was Anuta, and my father was the attorney who, with Nat McConaughey and Elmer Geezer, purchased this property. I started as a camper in 1937 and came for 11 years until between 1947 and 48. As a camper and a junior counselor and as a counselor. And then went away to college. And years later, in 1955, came back to the Presbytery with my husband when he was a pastor in Houghton. And Lloyd became very active in the camp program. As a camper, I was kind of loud and obstreperous, but I was also very much involved in the music of the camp. I was a musician then and I am now. And I think for people who are in music, that music in the church is a great outlet for musicians. And so leading songs and participating in the camp program in that way over those years gave me a lot of leadership experience and a lot of enjoyment in what music could do with and for people. I was very much inspired during those years by people like Nat McConaughey, Pop Buzza, Dave Buzza was his name, who was at the Menominee Church at that time, but also some wonderful women. Helen Kent is one I remember, a teacher from the Sioux, and Frances Decker. And during those years, I decided to go into a church-related vocation. I was taken under care of Presbytery in the middle 40s, I guess it was, about 44 or 45, the old Lake Superior Presbytery.
Okay, I'm Bob Meyer, and I'm from the Escanaba, Michigan Church. And my wife and I and our family were here for 20 summers. I was the camp manager. For about half of that time, my wife Dottie was the cook. So we've had an opportunity to see the program at Presbyterty Point in action for 20 summers. And we can testify to you that it has been a wonderful program and a wonderful experience for us.
I've been coming here since I was maybe 7, and I wasn't allowed to be a camper, but they let me come anyway, and I stayed in a cabin my first year. It was really exciting, and I really love it. It's so much fun. I've met some of my best friends up here at camp. My very best friends, they live in the Sioux. My first boyfriend was from the Sioux, and I met him up here. And I don't know, I love everything about it. Like, people complain about the Bible study stuff and that. And that's what makes this camp, is the Bible study that we have and the friendships that you get from this. I mean, not just with the campers, but also with the counselors and the directors, because everybody gets along. It's so much fun.
My name is Joyce Olson, and I'm the camp manager here. And I've been camping here for about 25 years, if you count when I started coming here as a 9-year-old to junior camp. I've really enjoyed this place as a child. It meant a great deal to me. We spent a lot of time here. My brother worked here, and I visited here often when he was working here with my parents, and it's been a very special place for me. I think I was a very normal child. I created my own share of trouble when I was here and did all the typical childhood pranks that I get on the kids for now, but it really, in looking back, it was very much a very special part of my faith journey, and certainly an anchor spiritually for me, that I always felt that God was here and that the Holy Spirit really did work through the people that were helping us here, even though that I didn't realize that directly at the time. Since that time, I've worked here in a variety of capacities. I was a lifeguard here one summer, and for a week. I met my husband here, and I've been the camp manager here now for 12 years. It's a very special place for all my family, and we look forward to coming every summer.
What keeps people coming back to the Point year after year? Some say it's the friends they make here.
The students and the children that come here develop lifelong friendships that they never lose. Even if they don't see each other all the time, They become friends and stay friends for the rest of their lives. And the same happens to families. Families that have come here for family camp have developed lifelong, lasting relationships with other families and have been able to stay with those families, communicate with those families, and become friends in Christian service with different families that they've met here. So Presbytery Point has meant a lot to us.
I've been involved in camping at the Point for 2 summers, once in the junior high camping as a counselor and as a co-director for junior camp in 1988. However, I've been here every weekend for our church family camp, and I would like to speak to that experience. I would recommend that for any of your congregations as a way to unify your church family.
I think this is a special place in a lot of my friends' hearts and everything, just as is mine. We come here and we can talk, and it's like they have friends here that they don't have back home, you know, and they can talk to, you know, each other here. And then, like, some of my friends have said, well, I'll go back home, and my friends will say, well, how was camp? And I don't want to make it look too good, because I don't want my friends to come up here that I see all year round, because you have your own special set of friends up here, and it's just everybody gets along.
And Tom and I have noticed very much that people come back here and visit. We see all kinds of families that come back. We see individuals that have come back with spouses that have never been here. And I know one family that's here for this reunion, the husband said, my wife never anticipates anything, but I can't describe to you how much she has anticipated this weekend and being back.
There are many activities for campers at Presbytery Point. Canoeing, sailing, hiking, creative game playing, active outdoor sports like capture the flag. Sometimes we have dances. There are always crafts. Bible study and worship are also emphasized so that we might reach the whole person, body, mind, and spirit. For the most part, the camp is run by volunteers. The volunteers come from the local churches of Mackinac Presbytery. Behind me is the new cook's cabin. It's still under construction. We plan on having it open for this year's camping season. And it represents hours of volunteer work here at the camp. There's a lot of ways you can volunteer at the camp. You can come and be a counselor. You can help out on one of the many work projects. During the summer, we often have work camps and work weekends. This year, we're starting a new project. We're calling it the Canteen, and it's going to be a place where kids can relax, listen to records. It's going to be on one of the porches of the lodge, and also we'll have some food there for them, real healthy stuff that parents love, like pop and ice cream bars, all that good stuff. But we need help to get the canteen together. We're looking for donations of card tables, a few couches, some lamps, and things like that. So I'm hoping that you will become involved in Presbytery Point, not just as a camper, but as a volunteer also.
Talk about the history of these camps without that, and without more volunteers than I could possibly begin to name, but there are folks year after year who came and helped, and I was looking at pictures just before this started, and I saw a picture of Art McLean, who came here as a senior high counselor when he was 74 years old, had one arm. You know, you always hear it when you call to get volunteers, you ought to hear people with the lamest excuses. I threatened one year to give the Lemon Lollipop Award to the lamest excuse. But, you have somebody like Art McLean coming here at that age with those handicaps and really making a contribution. He was a good counselor, and you realize how important people's willingness to participate is.
I hope you and your family will come and visit Presbytery Point Camp this summer. We'll be looking forward to seeing you, and you might consider even coming as a counselor this year or a volunteer at the camp. And the camp committee guarantees that you will have a summer you'll never forget at Presbytery Point.